Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up, friends? Welcome back to the TV Terminal. My name is Adam Vale, Senior Editor over at thecoalition.com.
My name is Lawrence, aka Punk with Toys, on all the social medias.
And we are here. I know a lot of people are like, oh, these dudes forgot. They didn't.
You know what? I already had Daredevil Dave message me asking, are you guys gonna do this? And I said, they didn't send us. I'm like, they didn't send us the screeners. So we have to record it on Friday after all the common people also had to watch it.
Exactly. Well, not even all the common, because remember, there's even more common people that have to wait till Sunday. Right? They're like really pissed now because it's being spoiled all over the place.
But I understand if they don't want to send us the finale. Mm-hmm. Because like you and I talked about, because they don't want spoilers, but at least communicate with us and let us know.
I 100% agree. This is happened twice before. This happened once with HBO a long time ago for Game of Thrones, and they did not want to send anyone the finale. They didn't want leaks and the whole thing. IGN, nobody got it. They were like, no for anyone. Okay, fine. And then it was Walking Dead, the finale for Mothership when that ended. Same thing. It's like, got all the screens. I'm like, hey, where's the last one? They're like, we're holding off. This is a big deal. And okay, I get it. But the same thing. Here it is. We were getting all the screeners, waiting for, down to the 11th hour, send a message to my contact. I was like, hey, just let me know if we're getting it or if we're not. If we're not, then fine. I'll send a post out. By the way, we'll have our coverage and our thoughts a few hours after because we're still within the day. But no, they didn't say anything. Kind of sucks, but you know what? Maybe they were getting bombarded. I'm not gonna, go after them too hard on it. But hey, it is what it is.
But just so people understand that maybe aren't in the know, the reason why you want the screeners ahead of time is because we have lives too that we're doing other things. And so even if we would have got it on Thursday, I do another show on my other channel where I can't change that. That's a live show, and I wouldn't have had time to do this. So we were going to have to do it like right now anyway.
Yeah.
Where something like the terminal list, we already have everything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. This is not like, oh, well, you guys are complete. No. This is by design. A lot of these outlets and networks, they want to have this stuff prepped. They want to give outlets time to cover and have time to cover because there's a lot out there. As we just mentioned, there's other shows that we're watching. We've already have everything. Those networks are like, hey, here it is. Just follow the embargo. But they want the coverage. They want it out there. And we're only covering the shows that we want to watch and that we want to cover. So this was one of them. And it kind of sucks that we didn't know ahead of time regarding the finale and where we stood on that and where they stood on releasing it. But that's pretty much how that worked. But yeah, we didn't forget. We didn't forget people. And in fact, we didn't even talk about this. I didn't even want to know.
We should have dropped this like 4 months later and be like, oh my God, like they didn't give us the screeners. We totally forgot about.
Oh man.
We just finally watched the season finale.
Right? Oh, yeah. That you messed up. We could do that about Original Sin. We'll do that. I'm like, Original Sin. Awesome show.
It just dawned on us when we finished Resurrection, we never finished.
Right? Exactly. We went back in time. Oh, but yeah, Lawrence and I did not talk about this, right? It was like we watched it, okay, because I just want to leave it all here.
So normally we watch them together. This is the first time we might have watched. I think we might have watched a Reacher. We watched at least one or two Reachers separately, I think.
One, because you jumped ahead. You were like, I had to watch it. I was like, what? I was like, I'm watching it. I'm like, oh man. He's like, yeah, look at this scene. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I saw this. I'm like, great, thanks. All right.
But anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, if you like this type of content, you're happy with what we're doing, please take a second, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time we drop an episode
Yeah.
like this, a new series. There's all kinds of
Mhm.
stuff that we're doing.
Slow Horses. You've been checking it out. What do
I
you
have,
think?
and I don't understand how it's a dark comedy. Like there is nothing. Like, there's a lot of dark in it, but there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
comedy in it. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it's not a dark
I
comedy at
I
all.
think it's the sense of humor of the captain. I'm blanking on his name, but the famous actor, Oldman, Gary Oldman.
Oldman.
His character, it's very dark. His sense of humor, and I think
Yes,
where they're going,
but
his
he's like that in a lot of things he does.
yeah. It almost makes you think that's his character. That's him.
Yeah, but there's nothing comical about it.
Yeah, no,
And again, I'm not saying that in a bad way.
yeah,
I'm
no,
not saying that in a bad way because it is very interesting.
yeah. It's a fun show. It's fun, and we're bringing that up
I
because
wouldn't
that's
call
the
it
next thing.
fun. It's anything but fun. It's
What?
more suspenseful. Again, I'm not saying it's bad, but fun is The Office. All right, that is a fun.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's suspenseful. It's good. I just got to again. I'm watching season 1, so
Okay.
I'm just letting Adam know. I just got to where I think it's episode 3 or 4 in season 1 where they have the guy hostage and you see him take the axe, and then the next scene you
Yes.
realize it's the undercover agent. But they did such a good job of making us think that the other guy was the agent. And then when
Mhm.
you figure out he's not the agent, the way they swing the axe, you think that it's the captive
Mhm.
that he. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, okay.
Lot of twists.
Yeah.
Great
And this
camera
is early
work.
on.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, see, there I see it fun, but I mean, it's enjoyable to the point that you want to keep watching. At least that's what
Yes.
happened with me. I'm watching. I'm like, oh wow, oh let's go next one, next one. Oh wow, I'm done because there's only 6 episodes in the season. And reason why I'm bringing this up because we already have from Apple, we have the next season which premieres September 24th, and that's I think season 5. Right, so we'll be covering that. That'll be the next one.
And I
But that
have to say, it took me forever to figure out who the girl was in the first couple episodes. I finally had to go on IMDb. The one she's only on, like, it only shows like 3 episodes. She's the one that gets shot in the head.
oh,
And
see,
it
now I
took
have
me.
to go back.
It took me. I'm reading through the IMDb, and then it was like, oh, that's right. She's from. Can't believe I totally blanked on
You
it.
blanked it on it now. There we go.
No, well, it's Psycho. The
Psycho, American Psycho.
no. Psycho, the TV series.
Oh no, yeah, you're thinking
She's the one in the wheelchair with
the
the.
Australian. Yes, she had the air thing, the air tank.
Yeah,
Oh my god, she was also in Ready Player One. Oh man,
I saw that, but I was having a hard time.
she's been in so many other things
I
too.
had seen her in. I mean, I'd seen her in Ready Player One, but I saw her in that, and
Yes, yes.
that's how I remembered her. There's a
No,
few people that have been in that.
oh yeah, that was. I mean, I was gonna say,
What's the
oh,
name
too
of
late to
that?
spoil
What's the
it,
name of
but
that?
which
That
one?
that show?
Oh, the Psycho.
But it wasn't
I'm
called
pretty sure.
Psycho.
No, Bates Motel. Bates Motel.
That's it.
Bates
I never
Motel.
finished.
No one did. That's why I got canceled. Nobody watched.
I swear that's how it feels. It was like I mean,
The kid
again,
became famous. The kid became
kid-
famous. I think he did the doctor show, whatever, on CBS.
He went on to do the Doctor Show.
Yeah.
The brother went on to be in SEAL Team, and then he left SEAL Team and went on to that fire show. The mom's been in all kinds of stuff.
Oh, she's been in movies, you name it. She's been
there's
busy.
a lot more people. Like, you wouldn't think so, because that was an AMC show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. It was.
But did it end properly? I don't know. I know
Don't
we're way
know.
off topic right now.
Way off topic. Who knows? Put in the comments if you
It's
even
about a
care
serial
about
killer.
that. And we'll look that up. It is about a serial killer. It's still relevant. You're right. It's still relevant. Still relevant. All right. So let's get into this. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I still had, I don't know, like maybe a bunch, close to 1,000 people on my YouTube short that I posted up saying, hey, this is my theory, which was Dexter was going to find the Ripper's weapon in the vault, which he did, but it's not related to Leon. I thought it was going to be Leon. I
was with you. The way, but you know what? No. First off, let's back it up. That is your co-worker's fault. He was
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, I'm blaming Derek. That's
Yeah,
right. He's the one.
Derek.
Derek's the one. You're the
Derek,
worst.
no more of
No
what
more
you think's
theories,
gonna happen.
right? You're wrong about everything.
But
Epic fail. I'm gonna
that's the
tag
whole
him on this
point.
video.
I said from the beginning, I think episode 2, the final season is going to be Angel taking him down. But now I know it's going to be Quinn that's going to take him.
Oh, see, and then that upset me. Well, I mean,
that is the one. There's when we're going to get to that, and I actually wrote that down. There are some things that are some huge problems at the end. Other than he owns a yacht now, like that stuff's going to be expensive to fill up, and people might notice the yacht. Anyway,
the yacht, New York Harbor, Coast Guard is right there. For people that don't know, I know we're going off, but it's just you brought up the yacht, and then it triggers. Is a great scene where you see him and the backdrop of Statue of Liberty. Well, in that path, that is the Staten Island Ferry. Right, and then there's the Coast Guard is right. It's to the right of that scene that they're showing. It's right there on Manhattan Island, and if you're just doing any activity there, whoop 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 whoop, they're pulling over because
and
that's heavy traffic.
They would have been looking for that yacht, anything that has to do with that guy after. But let's get into it because
we
were way off. I think on a lot of things, but I will say this: there is one thing, and I don't know if you thought the same thing, but they tie up a lot of loose ends.
Oh yeah. That's one thing that I even put in the description. People are going to read. It's like this was almost in a bow. Everything was solved. It doesn't really leave much to. This is going to linger in season 2. No, it's not.
If they chose not to do another season, maybe it doesn't get picked up or whatever. It tied up nicely. You realize what Dexter's going on to do. If they move on to a second season, which we believe is going to happen.
Oh, it's been approved. They already said. Yeah.
So I think they did it the way a season should end because they probably didn't know if they were going to get a season 2 or if they even wanted to. I mean, before. I mean, I'm sure this was already written out. So,
unless. Because I remember when we watched OG Dexter, I feel like that's how they handle things, right? It was like, you had the serial killer of the season, right? From beginning to end, and then it was done, and it's like, all right, put that up on the shelf. Next season, new killer, and that whole thing. And I guess they're going with it. We really thought they were going to change that format. We figured, hey, Leon is going to survive. He's going to escape. He's the evil villain.
I feel like it's not going to be just one. Because he now has a list of different serial killers.
Oh, he grabbed the whole stack. I mean, let's get into it.
But I will say this: either Al is going to be be done away right away, or he will be the final one.
I got my thoughts on Al. We'll bring up our thoughts at the end of this, because I'm sure you have some thoughts on that one as well. Because that did not get mentioned at all. I could just say that right here. If you watch the episode, no mention of going after Al. Yes. Dexter brought up all the serial killer stuff when he was talking to Leon, but he never said, "Hey, I'm going after him." We thought that too, right?
Oh no. Do you see Al's file? It's that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't need to bring it up. Like,
all right. I thought he was going to go after him in this. I thought that was going to be it.
That's what I said. Next season, you had to leave it open for another season. He left.
Yes. But you know who didn't leave? Dexter. Dexter didn't leave, and Angel Batista did not walk out either. That was a big thing that a lot of people were saying, oh no, they're going to pull a swerve just like they did with New Blood. Dexter gets shot in the chest in the woods. He's going to die alone, and then he's back. So people are like, hey, Batista took a bunch of shots. He probably had a vest on. He knew what he was getting into. No, he did not.
There's a lot of blood.
Lot of blood. The man died there. Dexter fuming, super upset. This is not what he wanted for his friend. It was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking scene.
But let's get into it.
Yeah.
Because right away, they recap everything, and then we see Leon and Charlie on the outside, and Leon is excited.
Really giddy.
And I think as soon as I saw that, I went, well, our theory that he was the New York Ripper is over. Because he's too excited about this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this
So-
was that's one off the list because I was like, oh yeah, he definitely is. No, he's not the Ripper.
Yeah.
This is, you know,
So he's excited. Charlie is just frantic. Like, you just killed a police officer. And there's all these police officers downstairs. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
That's the other thing we didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. I forgot all about that. That the gala was taking place on the premise. That it was below it. You know, and the penthouse was upstairs. I thought this was his home, and yeah, he had the upper suite or whatever. But I didn't even put two and two together that the gala was taking place in the same location.
That's because we're not billionaires.
We're not billionaires. We would have never thought that. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have my gala downstairs.
Well, Charlie, you know, she's been injured. But yeah, Leon is just like, he's so excited. All this time, he's never done this. He never knew what it felt like. He's trying to live through other people's lives.
That is true. Always living through other people's lives. Thought this, and that was one of the things that I think was the Gemini killer brought up, and I think someone else brought it. It was like, he's a voyeur. This is just his thing. Oh, Vengeance, Lady Vengeance brought it up. Called him a voyeur. He just likes to watch.
Yes,
he's not really into it. We call BS on that, but no, it wasn't BS. You're right. And this was his first time of actually taking action, and he just.
But again, you look at him, his stature. He's a very small guy. He's not intimidating. You know, he would have to take care of people with, you know, with a firearm, or what we thought would have worked is the crowbar, or what we thought a fishing hook or whatever it was. But then we switched to in the vault, and there we see Dexter. So we see Dexter, and he's mad. Like, you're finally starting to see actual feelings from Dexter.
Yeah.
And
the one real quick thing is that Leon, his idea was like 3 days. It's the rule. 3 days, he'll stay in it, right? Let him just drain out. He's not gonna have food or anything. He'll just die in there. And
that was after that, they go back to that when he says the whole 3 minutes of oxygen, 3 days without water. 30 days without food. I don't believe that's true.
I don't believe that's true, but I didn't know that it was airtight. Like, when he said that, I'm like, really? You went that far with the vault? Like, why bother making it airtight unless you had plans at some point, you know, that maybe somebody can get trapped?
It's not soundproof.
It's not. No, it's not.
Well, you know, he leaves it open. So
yeah.
Dexter leaves it open when everything starts going. But anyway, we see Dexter inside there, and he sees Batista. He sees I can't touch the gun. I'll leave fingerprints on it. And you know, he covers Angel up with one of the souvenirs.
Yeah.
Of one of the serial killers. Do you know what serial killer that was?
Nope. Go ahead in the comments if you remember which one that was. But I have a feeling it was also a callback because we did see another serial killer here.
Yes. And then we see Dexter's brother in his weird state of mind.
Weird state of mind. And it was surprising. It was very surprising to see him pop up, and it was like, you see? Look what you did. You know, and he just throwing all that. And I was like, well, we all know this is in Dexter's head.
Yeah.
So is that what he's thinking now? He's just manifesting his brother. It's like, what would my brother bitch to me about at this moment? It's like, you got enough stress.
Possibly. I mean, he's all over the place when it comes to this. But he's like, why does it hurt so bad? Like, why does this hurt so much? And his brother is, he's a dick.
He is.
And he's just telling him, like, if you would have listened to me and not your not real dad or whatever he said he was. But he's trying to justify it. And Dexter pretty much, you know, tells him, I'm glad I killed you. But then that's when we skip back to outside. And Charlie's cleaning the wound, or was told to clean the wound. And then that's when Leon does the whole, like, he tells her everything, and she's like, 3 days, okay. Now, I don't think
she's done.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. And the reason why I say that is I've done a lot of fasting, so I've watched a lot of stuff on it. Now, I know clearly you can. There's guys that have gone a year without eating. Yes, you do need water, but there's a lot of people that do dry fasting, and they do it for a set amount of time, your body does start to adapt. Eventually, you need water, obviously.
Well, what about the oxygen? That was the other thing. That I believe you could
no,
just.
no. He said you need.
Mhm.
If you don't have oxygen in 3 minutes, you die. 3 days
Yep.
without water. He didn't say, because he said he's good on oxygen. So there's more than enough oxygen. I don't think he said it was sealed.
Oh, man, I wrote it down too,
But
but
he
I
was
don't think I
he was
wrote
just
all of
saying
them.
that with 3 minutes without oxygen, and that's why he said he's good on oxygen.
Yeah.
Now, I personally would have waited, I don't know, a year before I opened.
Well, no, the man has to see his trophies. He spent a lot of time in there. That's like his toy room. He likes hanging out in there. I'm just
Yeah.
surprised with the whole Charlie reaction. She was like, "I'm done. You killed a cop. You killed a cop." I was like, "What is she talking about?" Well, I guess yeah, technically he did, but he's retired. He's a retired cop.
She
He's a
doesn't know that.
civilian. No, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't know
Yeah.
that. We know that. It's like, but I think they would still, if the police showed up during the act, yes, he would be arrested for killing law enforcement. He was a chief, so.
Yeah. So then we go back, and then we hear the phone ringing, and we can see that it's Quinn. Now, I missed it. Did he try and answer the phone when Quinn was calling? Or did he
No,
wait?
it looked like he let it pass or he skipped it.
Okay.
But then he was like, so then now he knows the phone works, and then he put it to Batista's face so that way he could unlock it and then call Harrison.
Okay.
You know.
So this is where I have some issues. And once you call Harrison, anything that happens, once they find him, they're going to look at that phone and see the phone calls.
The phone records,
Yeah.
definitely. If they start looking now, because I'm pretty sure he took the phone. He took Batista's phone. I don't think he left it there.
No, but yeah, that's another, and that'll be something else I'm going to bring up in a little bit. So maybe he takes the phone. Maybe they don't think anything about it. Batista was killed, but you would think that they're going to want to look into it unless they just, because they're going to find out where he's at. Like, Leon's gone, so now they're going to have to search for him, and they're going to go through those police records, and all of a sudden they're going to find out, hey, why was he calling? Now, with that said, he was investigating him, and he probably had already called him before.
But so when they look at the time, let's say if Detective Wallace, Sherlock Holmes, is on the case, if she decides to follow up and go that extra mile, she could say, well, look at the time. He called while he was already in here. But if they go based off of the body decomposition, he was dead. There's no way he could have called. So then somebody else was in
it would
the
be
room.
it would be a very close time. It wasn't a week like we experienced. It was within minutes.
Yeah, minutes.
So
I guess so.
Because remember, they shot him and they ran out right away.
Yeah.
So
again, we're probably looking too far into it. They're not going to do all that. I still think Wallace is going to play a part. I think she's not done with the show, but I think
Charlie
Wallace.
Oh no, I don't
Detective
think so.
Wallace.
Too much focus on her.
Yeah.
Because now she also has another thing that she can. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yep.
So Dexter calls Harrison. This was the only sexy part of the whole series, and his
something else I was wrong. I thought Gigi was killing him or was going to kill him. I was like, this is it. This is how they get rid of. People are like, what is this guy talking about? I thought Harrison was also going to die in this season. I was like, why not? I'm like, why would they need him? Dexter is a solo guy here. He doesn't need anybody. And
he can go off on his own now because he has.
Well, yeah, he's got that. But when Gigi in the last episode said, "Oh no, you can come stay at my place," and I was like, this would be the perfect person to do this type of murder because no one suspects her. I mean, think about it. We don't really know that she's a student at that school. He walked in and she was just standing there, just like everybody else. What if this is how she would just grab somebody who looks lost and be like, hey, I'll show you around, little boy. We'll hang out. Oh, remember, she was very aggressive, wanting to hang out and do all this stuff.
Aggressive during this. times.
She in all her scenes, in all her scenes. I mean, this is. I'm sure many people that were watching was like, "Why am I not this lucky?" It's like this has not happened to me.
So
But
she looks over. She's asked who Batista is. He cancels it. He keeps calling. She finally answers it, and she's very
yeah.
dirty about it.
She's got her own little dirty
And then
comments
she's
about
like,
what.
"It's for your dad or whatever." um. So, he's like, "You need to get in here." Now, before this, we did have Dexter's dad telling him, "You came here to protect him. Now you want to bring him into it." And
He
he's
had
like,
no choice.
"I agree."
Right?
But
It's like,
again, going all the way back to Harrison was asked by Lance, "Hey, do you want to come do this job? It's easy money." He said no. But of course, it all has to make that circle, and he's like, "Yep, I know a way to get in."
yeah, it all makes sense now. Makes sense because
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, I need help. I'm stuck in the vault." Leon knows everything about me, and he killed Batista. That's how, because that was his concern. Harrison was like, "Oh, what did you do to Batista? Is this like the no? It's different. It's different. Leon did it. So he's like, all right, well, like you said, he's gonna contact his buddy Lance. He's gonna get the job at the last minute, go work the gala, and find his way up to save his dad.
And then, so while he's doing that, Dexter's just looking for a way to get out. He's trying to find a way out, and he finds these files. Now, on one way, you could be like, why would he keep the files in there? But in all honesty, that's the perfect place to keep the files, right? I mean,
In a vault.
if somebody gets in there, that's where, they're going to realize what he is, But he starts seeing him, and of course, Dexter's dad is there. He's talking to him, and that's when they find Charlie's name.
Now,
And when you look see his name, or you see her name, Dexter's dad goes, "No wonder why she's angry all the time." If you missed it, her name is Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. No, it's like, come on now. Wasn't it also Charlotte? Was it? I thought it was a long form or something like that. And then it was like, then it said like Charlie Brown. But either way, the last name is Brown. Yeah, Charlie Brown. Now she spells it differently. It's a Ley, but
that's not what it said on the files.
it did not say that. You're right. It did not say that. But that's how the show.
The files, it was written as Charlie Brown. You're right. In IMDb, it is EY. It is not spelled Charlie.
So Leon messed up and misspelled her name. I'm just
or maybe that's how she spelled it, but that's not how it was really spelled.
No, she's Charlie Brown. Let's move the football. There goes that Charlie Brown.
So he has one chance. What?
The only issue I had with this is, if all these files are just out there, they're in this vault. How did she not know? Because that means he has somebody doing paperwork for him. He's not typing all this up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I think this is something he would be doing on his own. Because this is what he loves. This is him sitting down and knowing everything about these people. And then he tells her what she needs to know.
I just feel like he has, he's rich and he had somebody for every job. And this would have been another one.
I'm not saying he couldn't, but I feel like this is what he wants.
Yeah.
Like this is his enjoyment, right? Like you said, this is his toy room, right?
Yep.
This is what he wants to sit down and what he wants to do. So this I can actually see him doing. Normally I would agree, but like this is what makes him excited. This is what makes him happy. But he's trying to figure out the code. And then he finds a specific date and realizes the gala is on the date of his mother or his parents passing. Right. And as they kind of go through everything, all these dates continue to add up. Right. So Harrison, he thinks that's what it is.
And remember, he could only enter it once.
Only
enter it once. The alarm goes off, and he's like, then the vault will open, or, well, does it open? No, it doesn't open. It just goes off, and then it lures everybody up. They'll open it from the outside and then see that he's inside.
Yeah, if you're typing the wrong code, it doesn't open.
Yeah, it doesn't open. It's like beep beep beep. Hurry up.
It's like, hey, we figure you're gonna get caught with the alarm. We're gonna let you open up anyway.
That'll be fun.
So he calls Dexter, or right? I don't know. One way they end up on the phone. They're FaceTiming. He says,
Yeah,
hey,
he called Harrison.
Yeah, I need to see what's going on. He puts the phone there. Now, my first thing was, anyone in charge is going to look and be like, get rid of the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it kind of fits in there because it's dark and it matches, but no one else has anything like that. And the first thing they would say is, you get rid of that phone. But it also goes back to rich people don't pay attention to the help. I'm just assuming that the people in charge would have said, hey, get rid of that.
But it was so quick. He was constantly moving. And I think that's the other thing. He's constantly
moving. And again, it could be,
he could have easily just said, oh, I'm helping there's a guest. The rich gets he's lost. And he wanted to do FaceTime so I could help him get out. I'll be right back. He could have covered it up.
But then he almost gets caught with that picture you were just saying. And they never even pay attention to him.
Nope.
So, there's that little South Pole elf right there. And he doesn't see him at all.
I mean, it was right after when he was going through the kitchen that a guard, one of the security team did see him. It's like, hey, what are you doing here? And then he said, I just felt I had to tell you, the guy over there he's doing drugs.
So this was great because they showed Lance smoking pot there. And you just think that's just Lance just blowing things off. But once again, there was a reason for it. Now, I think that somebody else, again, it's not like he was hidden doing it. He's doing it right out. Like no one noticed this before, but
yeah, or smell it. I mean, that's the other thing. This is indoors. It's in the kitchen. The security guard is still there in the kitchen. He's in the back area. You would have thought he was like,
he's not that far away.
What's that smell? Who's smoking the marijuana?
But he's where, and he pointed to him. So again, there was a reason to show that off, not just like, hey, Lance is a screw up and Lance doesn't care about anything.
Hey, he cares about his buddy. He hooked him up with a job.
That is true. So he's able to run upstairs, and he knows it's on the 5th floor. Now, I don't know. I was like, there's no way the door's going to be unlocked, and sure enough, it wasn't.
No. No.
So he's trying to break in, and that's when you have Charlie opens it up.
That surprised me. I didn't think she was up there, unless there was another way to get up, which it probably is.
He was told she needs to be he needs her at her best, so she was never going to be downstairs.
Oh yeah.
But my guess is she was probably in. Well, I don't know. She might have been in the, because she knew that he was there. She might have been watching on the monitors. Even though they don't show that.
No. They do show the monitors, but then it turns out it's just that one security guard that's actually watching all of them.
Yeah, but she could have been in there and then noticed because no one else would have known who he was, but she would have noticed, right?
Yeah, or she heard the lock picking. Let's say if she was up there in the bathroom doing her thing, whatever. And I
do like the fact that he's like, "Do you have anything to pick a lock? I showed you how to do it." I don't think lock picking is like one of those things like is all that easy. Oh, I don't need to pick a lock. I have keys to my house, so I don't need to do that.
It was, I don't know. I feel like I was able to jimmy a lock open with a credit card because I wanted to try if that worked. That does work for some.
Well, that all depends on which way it is.
Yeah. So
depends on the gap which way it is.
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh wow, does this work? Yeah, it does work. It ruined your card though. The card was totally ruined, but I got in.
So Charlie's right there. She basically has him dead to rights, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know why you're even trying to help someone who's never been there. And now, again, he's also walking around with the AirPod in, which I was like, your boss would have been like, get rid of that now. Just me.
If we saw the boss, because that's the other thing. I don't know who's in charge. Lance hooked him up with the job, but we never see the manager or whoever's in charge of the whole thing. I think there was just that one woman that was telling everybody just get to work, and then she wandered off. So
just I don't know. There were certain things that I would have noticed right away.
Yeah,
But I'm
I
very
think the.
self-conscious of that. Like when I go into jobs that I wear my Bluetooth. So
Mhm,
I'm very self-conscious about that also. But everyone wears them nowadays. But
mhm.
I'm also not being like if I went into a restaurant and there was someone, my wait staff, my waiter or waitress was wearing an ear pod, I wouldn't be too happy because your job is to
Interesting.
talk to
Mhm.
us and talk to your other tables. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, so then he basically says, "Hey, give her the phone." And sure enough, he basically tells her name, takes
Mhm.
pictures. Now, I don't know why he couldn't just show her. I don't know why he had to take pictures and send it. Again, this is all stuff that's going to get tracked,
That's true. That's true.
right?
Because now she gets. Yeah, you're right. Why didn't he just? Because he was already in a FaceTime. He could have just pointed, like, "Look what I found," you know.
Yeah.
But
Oh
no.
well, I take that back. He did. He goes. You know how many police officers keep their airdrop on, so
Mhm.
he could just drop it on everyone.
So maybe that was it, just to show that that function works on the phone. It's like,
Yeah.
look what I. Mm,
So he basically says, "Hey, do this, do that," and she gives him tells him, "Hey, you let my mom live. I'm gonna let Harrison live, but you're dead to rights. But if you do anything like that, it doesn't matter where Harrison is. You know what I can do. You have my file. You know how good I am. It
yeah.
might not be tomorrow or the next day. It might be a year or 2 years. I will get him and I will torture him."
Mhm. This was one of my favorite parts of this episode because that was a swerve I didn't expect. I didn't expect that. I expected it was like, oh, all right, fine, you got it. Let me help you out. All right, give me the files. Because remember, he was like, oh, don't worry, I'll remove the files. I'll destroy the phone. It'll be as if it never happened. But
And
no,
but
nope.
and again, I'm with you because he knows that Charlie, she's not on board for what Leon is doing.
Yeah, it's not part of her code.
So I think we all kind of felt like he was going to do the same. Like she was going to say, you know what? Yeah, let me let you out. You can take care of this, right? But she's just like, no, we're even now. I'm letting your son go. You let my mom live, you know. But then she wants
Mhm.
to take care of things on her own. And then we see exactly why she didn't want Leon to be offed. So, I'm just reading through everything.
All right, keep going. I'm looking. People are like, why does he keep moving? It's because I have my. Everybody knows I drink a lot of coffee, and I have my canister, and I kicked it with my foot, and it rolled somewhere. And I'm like, where did it go?
Oh, that's the worst. I mean,
That is the where did it go? Where
hey,
did
if no one mentions about me
I
constantly
found
moving,
it? The Holy Grail. Oh.
um,
Oh,
so Dexter is on FaceTime, and of course, Batista's phone is about ready to die.
funny. When that was beeping, I thought it was my headset. And that's why right before we recorded, you probably saw I had the cable and I unplugged it because I heard it beep. I'm like, oh shit, my headset's dying.
Now, I
So I
don't
plugged it in. I did not put two and two together. That I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's the phone dying. It's not my headset.
I don't know who these heathens are that walk anywhere with their phone not on 100%. Because mine is always plugged in. If I'm in a car, it is plugged in from point A to point B. When I'm at
Well,
home, it's plugged in. So
I have
maybe
the answer for you. I have the answer because Batista was using it to track. It was using all that power when he was tracking
you
the
would have
AirPods.
constantly plugged it in.
He didn't plug it in. He didn't plug it in. He was too busy walking around like as if he's a Ghostbuster.
All right,
You know, like you
all
know.
right, I'll let it slide because it has to work into it.
It has to work.
So
That's it.
he has 7 digits in there, and then he notices something else that has 4 digits. And he tells him to wait. And of course, we all know what's about to happen, right? We all know that he's going to read it off and then it's going to die. It is the biggest trope in TV and movies, right?
Well, it's the only way to progress the story. If they don't do that, then what? What Harris says, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off. Let me go back downstairs.
Well, they didn't have to make the phone die, but again, we knew what was going to happen. Phone dies, and he has all the digits in there, and of course, Dexter he doesn't know, and then Harrison just presses the button. Now they've thrown a lot of swears, but I think we all knew that there was no way the alarm was going to go off. Well, are we on agreement on that?
Yeah.
There's no way the alarm was going to go off.
I mean, unless he pulls a Chris Angel and disappears with the alarm, and they're like, "How'd he do it? Mind freak!" But there's no way. That was it. He was gonna get busted. So,
but he then Harrison and like Dexter are like in this big man hug, and like, yeah, I don't see that. Like, first off, I don't want to hug anyone that if we're this close to ending up going to prison, we can hug afterwards. Let's just get what we need done.
This goes back to what you said about the emotion at Dexter. We are not used to seeing this, and this was definitely out of character. But it also shows that it's genuine. It's coming from a real place. Because remember that he had just said to his brother, "What is this pain? And what am I feeling?" And like, this is it. He was really stressed by this whole situation, which surprises me because just in the prior episode, when Batista was choking him out, he was ready to die. He wasn't going to fight back. He was going to let him do it. He was like, "Oh, well, I guess this is how I go."
And I think he would have been fine with Batista doing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because it was said earlier by Dexter's brother, this has been your best friend for 20 years, and now he's hunted you down. You've lied to him. Dexter, again, he has a code. He would rather die than kill an innocent person.
That's true. Unless it's Quinn. I hope he kills Quinn. Because real quick, before we get out of this vault, one of the things that he did here, I'm saying it, hot take. He listened to the voicemail, and Quinn is worried. And he says, "I'm worried about you. Detective called from New York. What are you doing there? What's going on? Just give me a call back." And once I heard that, I'm like, no, don't do this. Don't tell me next season it's going to be Quinn taking the trip to the city to go and try to figure out what happened.
Well, you said multiple seasons, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said the final season is when they bring him in. But didn't Quinn have a thing for his sister?
Didn't they date? They dated. They had something a little bit.
What if it turns out Quinn already knew? What if Quinn already knows that he's the Bay Harbor butcher?
No. Well, he thought about it. Remember there was we're drifting on this one, but I'm pretty sure there was one time where he did, and he tried to call it out, and no one wanted to listen. Like he was putting things together, and but that was a trope throughout the entire show. Everybody would sort of figure things out. I'm like, I think I know who it is, and then something will happen, and they're like, "Oh no, okay."
But then we see Charlie, and she calls Leon over, and basically he's like, "What are you doing here?" And basically he's telling her where she needs to be, and she says, "Yeah, you act like I still work for you. I quit." And sure enough, she pretty much lays it out. You're going to continue to pay for my mom. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. So, I know everything. I know everything that there is. And basically, he doesn't stand a chance to her compared to her, right? He would have to kill her, and he's not going to do it right there.
He'll hire somebody else. Remember, he knows all the other serial killers around the world. He could just hire some crazy, either not a serial killer or a hitman or something. I think he's a man of endless
The
resources.
only thing is, remember, like, these are serial killers, and most of them go after innocent people that don't pose a threat. She is a threat, right? Well, she like special forces.
Yeah.
I mean, are you going to take a serial killer or a Navy SEAL? I'm going to take the Navy SEAL. That's just me.
Okay, we'll see. We're going to throw Reacher in this when they do the crossover, and we'll see where this goes.
They could hit Reacher with his little drug that knocks people out, and he'd probably still be fine.
Sure. I mean, in that scene where Dexter was dumping bodies, Reacher could have just been swimming from the mainland and just got right on the boat. And they're like, "What are you doing? I just saw you throw little bits of." In fact, he can't even cut Leon into 9 pieces. What are you talking about?
Only Reacher probably wouldn't care because we've seen that Reacher walks away from certain things.
I just realized that Reacher's turned into my Chuck Norris. That's you know, that is it. You know, it's like, what was it with he got bit by a scorpion, and what happened? That scorpion died. That's it. Chuck Norris. That's Reacher. Reacher. That's it. It just can't happen. Oh man.
So Leon decides to start a speech. He now he doesn't know what to do. He's kind of in a total panic. He starts his speech, and then Harrison, who's trying to get out, he turns and knocks over a waitstaff, and now he has to hide.
But he sees it. That's the other thing. Leon sees this, and he's like, "Oh, all
not
right,
right away."
I thought
It's after it, because don't you remember Leon gets up there and he said, "Until 9 o'clock, I will match any donation, starting with my $1 million." And then he says, "I guess that's $2 million."
Mm-hmm. And then I would have just jumped in. It's like $5 million, and then he'll jump up to 10, and then I'll walk out. Like I did my part. That was it.
Again, like
I jacked it up
because Leon, like he has good intentions on his good side.
It's one of those things where they always say it's like everybody has like a dark secret, but some secrets are very dark, and I think this is it.
He's the polar opposite here of Dexter, where Dexter he has these tendencies, and that's why his dad taught him, "Hey, you have these tendencies. Let's get rid of the bad people first. Let's get rid of the bad people. This way you don't." Where Leon is doing all this stuff for people, but then doesn't care who the serial killers hurt.
Yeah. You know what? It wouldn't have been as bad if he was just collecting these items. If he was collecting all these things, but not,
he's just a sick freak where
he's just this thing. There's some people that collect all kinds of things. So I mean, we're not going there. We collect too much stuff. Let's not point fingers, no fingers. But the fact that he wants to befriend these people, that's the problem. Yeah, it's like, come on now. It's like, all right, you could be like, wow.
And then he's still collecting the trophies after. He wants them to produce new trophies. He's not going in collecting old trophies. It would be like, there are people that, and I'm not going to say it, there are people that collect the old German paraphernalia, right? From World War II.
A buddy of mine's dad, his basement. Oh boy, I felt like I just walked into history class.
But yeah, you're not asking people to continue doing awful, heinous crimes and then taking that stuff, right? So, but Leon, he does this, and that's when he sees Harrison, because Harrison is awful at hide and go seek. He's not even close to being the world champion. He's out within a minute.
All he had to do was get out. So just walk along the walls. Like I don't know. But then I get
you're a server. All you have to do is walk out. Like turn.
That's what I'm saying. It was just, but they had to have something happen to get Prater's attention from the stage, and then of course he makes eye contact. He sees him, and then that's when he says, "Hey, police chief, come up, say a few words. I gotta go do something."
Which is, again, you don't like, he just left his own gala. Like, so Leon runs to the control room, after he calls him up, like you said, and he sees everything. As soon as he finds out where he is. Now, this place is huge, and this guy has little legs, and coming from someone who's 5'4", it is hard to keep up with people, and Leon's legs are much shorter than mine.
Well,
we've all seen little people run, and it's hilarious. And I bring that up for a reason, because at the end I'll mention something. So basically, he tells him to cut the cameras, just cut the feeds, because this is what he plans on doing. Remember, he now has a taste of what he did to Batista. He now has a taste, so he chases him, and then he gets a hold of Harrison. Now again,
he takes a gun. Remember, that was the other thing. The security guard even had a gun. I've never worked security, but
that's not shocking with Leon, though.
I guess I can understand the security guy at the front door to have a weapon.
He brings in serial killers to have dinner with. I'm sure he has no problem with the security having
things. And if that's the case, if they have cameras, then they know. They've seen all these weirdos that he's hanging out with, right? If they're watching. If there's always someone in the
there's
booth,
also a
because
gala. So they may not maybe the security's not watching during those times.
yeah, they don't watch the fifth floor, the penthouse. They don't
Yeah.
watch the penthouse. They watch all the other ones. But he had a gun and he gave him the gun. He was like, and he said, "Turn off the cameras." I don't know. Right there, I see a kid running. I see my boss grab the gun, my holstered weapon that's linked to me. This isn't good on me. I don't know if I would say yes, because let's say he does
Billionaire or not, like you asked for the gun. I'm like, listen, little guy, you ain't got enough money.
Whoa, you go, little guy. You
You
pat
ain't
him
got
on the
enough
head.
money to
Hey,
take this
buddy.
from me, all right?
You pick him up like some. Hello, man.
So
Man.
this is where there's a problem. So Leon, he basically gets Harrison. He has a gun to him. He's very close to Harrison the whole time. We've seen Harrison lose it and murder the guy in episode 1, right?
Yeah.
So Harrison has an angry streak. Harrison can fight. This guy is right there. I don't know why Harrison wouldn't have fought. He knows what he's about. He knows exactly that he houses serial killers. His dad's already told him. He was like, he should have known that he was going to kill him. So I don't know why he would not have fought back.
I don't know.
But that would not have fit the story, because then here comes Dexter.
Dexter shows up. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Of course, perfect. He knows exactly where to go.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the whole thing. I think at least with the Leon, when he looked at the cameras, and yes, he has short legs. It may take him a while, but he also knows all the shortcuts. That is his building. So I'm sure there's multiple paths and different ways to get around, and elevators or those type of things.
Yeah.
And so that's how he cut him off, because I'm sure a lot of people watching, they're like you said, he had a head start. He was on his way to the door, and then all of a sudden, poof, here comes Leon right next to him. But so is Dexter. And
we did forget that Dexter lost the thumbprint. He had to go find it, and of course, it was on Batista. We did forget about the whole thumbprint.
Yeah. Well, the whole thumbprint had a different reason, and it was just so he can find the file for the Ripper. That's
no. That's how he was going to get out, because then he could go out. Don't you remember everyone that all the people he had? They had their own entrance.
Yeah, they had their own.
So that's why he needed it to get in and out. That's why he had to go back for that.
But for tracking reasons. But all right. Well,
so no, because he was going out a separate way.
I thought he wanted to pick that up to leave no evidence behind, because then they would find him like, wait, somebody was impersonating, the red. Because once they go and they examine it, they'll realize
he needed to get out. Because don't you remember, he was going out the back way?
Yeah.
Which I still find it hard to believe that there's not people all over, but whatever. So there he is, and Dexter is trying to, explain to him, hey, you can be, what is it? I wrote it down. The Alpha. You can be the Alpha. You kill me, let him go. And he's like, hey, I can't let any witnesses go. I got a taste. He's so happy he got the taste. Now, again, he got the taste against one of Dexter's best friends.
Yeah, and he even said, he was like, what was it that you called it? What is it that you called it? It was something, the urge. Yes, I have the urge. And then right there, I mean, that's the nail on the coffin right there. The guy never killed anybody before. So all the thoughts and theories, they were like, no, he didn't. No, okay.
He's like binge watching a Netflix show.
Yeah.
But then we see Harrison, and he has the syringe.
Yeah,
and he pulls it out. Now again, this kid's gonna fight back, but he won't fight back when whatever. Now, is it ever explained throughout Dexter why the moment somebody gets hit with this, they just pass out?
It's a strong dose. It's like
but
it was something that can take down a horse or something like that. They actually brought it up in
that's right.
Original Sin.
Okay.
Original Sin, because it's the early days, and when he was going, and he injected a certain amount in a guy, and the guy kept coming. He's like, well, I have to remember, I have to like double the dosage if I want that quick reaction. Because once he hits him with it, he pricks him with it, it's within seconds.
Yeah.
So
he hits him. Boom, he's out. Little guy is out. He's on the floor. And Dexter tells Harrison, hey, you got to get out of here. I will take care of everything else. You get out of here. Now, again, how everyone knows how just to get everyone back to the wine room and no one see them. Now, again, there's no cameras right now, but it doesn't change the fact that there's other people walking the corridors, you would assume.
It's a gala. There's people working, moving, shuffling around, coming in and out. There's a lot. There's a lot to be said with all this, but you have to look past a lot of that for the story. That's the only thing I could say about it. Because yeah, same thing. Especially the wine. I can understand if and people are like, oh, well, you're just picking. No. Let's say if Leon said, let's meet in like a utility closet somewhere on the far side of the property, maybe no one would go there. But the wine room during a gala, when you have servers, they are going to be going in and out, bringing things out,
Yes.
opening up bottles. There's
Unless
going to be constant traffic.
unless these are corridors that are specifically secret, but if they are, then why does he have to say cut the cameras?
Yeah.
So either way, you know,
people are gonna come after us. They're gonna come after us like Reacher. We did the same thing with Reacher. Remember, like you say you like the show, but now look at you, you're nitpicking and ripping it apart. It's like we're just pointing out some of the questions, and that's what we said. All this is about. It's like this is two guys that watch the same thing, and this is what we're saying. Hey, did this make sense to you? We do like this show, but you got to call it out when you see it.
Now, mind you, this is all happening within 45 minutes. All right, and so Dexter takes. Next thing we see is Leon saran wrapped in the wine room, and it looks hilarious.
It does
because he's tiny.
He's tiny. It's oh man, I think I have that.
You had a picture and it made me laugh when I saw it. But when they kept showing it, like he's so far, like they would show the whole picture, and you're like, it's so funny. Now, mind you, and the reason why I said it's 45 minutes, if I remember correctly, it was like 9 or 8:40 or 8:15 when he says, "I will match everything." Before 9, they start looking for him at 9, and they can't find him. And they basically announce, "Hey, we've raised 11 million, 22 million now with his matching it."
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now, they just hit him with a horse tranquilizer. He's not going to wake up in that amount of time, especially not this guy's size. Again, I know this is all to do with the story. But he's able, and within 45 minutes of when this first starts, to get him wrapped, get him taped up on this table.
Where'd he get the tape? The wrap?
The only thing I can think of is
he did have his bag, though. He did have a bag. Because remember, that was the other thing. He had his bag of all the stuff that he was going to do.
Saran wrap is this big.
I don't know. He had that. What about the cell phone? He had his cell phone in the bag also.
Well, okay, we're gonna discuss that in a second. Because that was my other thing about that. Right, is the whole cell phone thing. But he's there, and he's wrapped up. And then he comes to, now again, mind you, the gala's still going on. No one knows where Leon is. And
they're chanting his name downstairs.
Yeah. And he can hear him, right? He's like, you can hear that? But he's explaining everything. And I felt like he was explaining things differently. And then he goes to cut him. And he's like, Leon's actually kind of excited that he's going to be, he's taking his, what does he call it?
No, his blood's like, no, I think he was happy that he didn't take it, because remember at first he said, no, don't do this.
Well,
don't do that. And then
you're right,
yeah, he stomped and he was like, oh, good, I knew
these are my trophies.
Yeah, money solves everything. Something to that. It's like, I know it could turn down all the money.
Yep. But he tells him that I take trophies to remember. I'm not going to remember you. Now, I find it hard to believe that he won't remember him, but he still ends up taking his life the same way. Big knife right down in him for him to bleed out. Now, mind you, he also has to dispose of the body.
Yeah.
He has to cut him up. He has to clean the whole entire room, and the gala is still going on.
Well, this if it was a larger size person, I would say, man, it's not possible. But if he has, he has his own bag. He has one big bag. You can fit him in one bag and chop within that bag.
No. I don't even have a problem with how he got him out. We're talking about the amount of time. He had to cut
Oh, the
him up.
timing.
He had to clean up the entire room.
That's always been a trope in
Yep.
Dexter. Remember that so many times
But
where the cops
but
are
they
en
they
route.
specifically
Yeah.
showed time is all that I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and the reason why at 9 p.m. it's so important is because that's when the detective wants to leave. She's aggravated. If he can't even be here, why am I going to waste my time?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he cuts him up. He has to figure out how to get him out. He doesn't really know what to do. He has that secret corridor that's how he brings on the serial killers. That's his way out. Although he has to take off his thumb. So now, since he no longer has that, he has to use that thumb. And when the detective is finally like, you know what? Wallace is like, if he can't even be here, I'm out of here. This is where we finally find out what the song is. This is clearly just her song. It's not just something that we hear. She hears
You
the
put
song.
it, yeah, it was hers. Remember, every time you put the earpiece on.
I know that, but I'm saying what I'm saying is like that song, they were playing it for a reason. It wasn't just music coming. She hears it. I have to dance to this. And she's about to leave, and she goes in and she breaks out the
Bee Gees,
whole.
Staying Alive.
Yes.
There we go. I can do it too. I used to do that. I did my brother's wedding. I did the whole John Travolta dance. I'm telling you, got to do it. Got to do it.
So while she's doing this, again, all this is cleaned up. Again, we complain about Reacher time. This time may be worse than Reacher time. It's pretty. Let's be honest. All right. First off, how many of us have tried just taking saran wrap and putting it over a bowl, and the saran wrap won't stay over, and it takes like 10 minutes to get it to stay. Yet he's able to wrap up a whole person.
He's a pro. He is a pro. He's been doing it for decades.
I didn't say anything about how bad when he goes to cut Batista in last episode, and then he swings by and just cuts it. You know how hard it is to cut through something like, okay.
Yeah, it's a very sharp. He's got the ginseng knives. Remember that? The infomercial ginseng knives.
Oh, I remember the ginseng knives.
It could cut through a can. I'm telling you, it was only like 5 easy payments of $19.95, and I could have an amazing knife set.
So as he's about to leave, he that's when he's like, you know what? I'll type in the wrong code. It'll distract everyone. Now he's on his way out because I don't know why everyone's gonna freak out that bad that quickly. You just be like, hey,
they're cops. They're cops. There's an alarm. Remember, they're already concerned that Leon's missing because they were like, "Where is he?"
You would think the security would be like, security's gonna take care of it. Either way, he sets the alarm off. He's got a little guy and little pieces.
In a little bag on his shoulder, right? Because it was a little bag. Usually he has like the big duffel. This was a little bag.
And he throws it in there, and then he's out. And now we see everyone, all the police coming up. We have a police officer. She's like, we need to call it in. And
that was the best.
The detective's like, like, we're all here. Like,
people, I did some audio. It came out horrible. Sorry, but that was one of the ones I did earlier too. Because it was like, he was like, who's the call? We're all here.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you?
I mean, seriously, who would you? Like, the detectives are all there. So, like, why? Yeah, like you're the police officer. Like, what do you mean you're calling it in? Like, that's your job.
Man. But man, they were surprised. They were surprised to see all it. They were like, where are we? What is all this? Everything.
Yes. And well, as soon as they walk in, you can see, and then they say there's a body here. And of course, right away, Wallace knows exactly. It sees who it is, and that's Captain Angel Batista.
Yeah.
And of course, they have a gurney.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. They had one out parked out front. One of the ambulances, and they're like, hey, yeah.
So she has the fedora. And she's like, hold on, this was Angel.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And
I should have listened. I should have listened.
And this is where Oliva notices the crowbar. The crowbar is like right out there. Like it's there the whole time.
It's on the wall. It's on the
we
wall.
never
Yeah.
really noticed it. But that's when he looks down and he's like, look. And this is her case. This is what has stumped her from day one of being a police officer or detective. And there's his name right there.
I was hoping that you would open it up and it would show a little mug shot of who it is, and it's her partner. Dun, dun, dun. That would have been awesome, right?
I think you would have grabbed it a little bit quicker and been like,
no, you see him walking out. Like he was like, but look, I found the and then
but again, he took all the files of people of serial killers that he knew were still alive.
And his slide collection.
And his slide collection and his knife.
And his knife. His
but
bag.
He left that one. We don't know if the New York Ripper is alive or not, but he left it there for her specifically.
It's for her to solve.
Yes.
That was her case, and there you go, just passing it along. Now, do you think she knows that Dexter is the one? No.
I think she is. No, I don't think anyone has any clue.
Because she has to know that whoever left that behind left it intentionally for her. And how many people knew?
Well, no, because they have no idea how many files there were, because there were other files there.
Yeah, but it was right on top. It's like perfect. It's like boom, you look and you see against the wall.
Somebody was there, but why would somebody take serial killer files, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So if she doesn't believe that Dexter is the Bay Harbor butcher tracking all the serial, and plus they have no idea how many are in there, right? They have no idea how many files were there. The cameras, there's no cameras. So, but that's left for her. And then we see Charlie leaving with her mom.
Yep, they might as well do a montage. We see all of that. Yep, she's leaving with her mom.
That was kind of, and she's like, "What about your kids or your, because she's the teacher, I think she is what she told her. Yeah. I have a lot to tell you, Mom. Like she bought the house, so clearly money was, I'm assuming, wired to her, whatever. And then we see Dexter on Leon's yacht.
Yeah. And that was really quick and passing. If anybody missed it, when Harrison was walking through, he heard Leon and the mayor talking about, "Oh, I have my yacht over at Chelsea parked there." And the mayor was like, "Oh, wow, all right, I'd like to do the whole thing." So I guess he relayed that information to Dexter. So then Dexter can go and use the yacht.
And a yacht is, I've never been on a yacht, but I'm assuming you need a full crew. I don't think you can just.
It depends on the size of the yacht. They don't have to be super big. That one was kind of big. That one was kind of big.
I mean. Like, I don't think you can just captain it on your own.
Well, he's familiar with boating, so
I
think he can pull that off. He can pull a boat.
I'm not saying he can't be on a boat by himself and then he can't drive a boat.
What do you mean he can't walk by? No, but you know what? There's one thing he probably can't, and that's check out that boat. There's got to be somebody who's watching the yard, that area.
Oh, you think he'd have security there too?
Yeah, there has to be. I mean, these are fancy boats.
But maybe he was like, "Oh, he's right here with me."
I don't know. I mean, right?
Right here with me.
Like a little hair puppet. He's waving his hand. No, because I mean, there was a few boats that I've been on back in the day, and when at the waterfront area, you still have to go to an area where there's like a gate, and you have to show ID. You have to be on a list. Oh, I'm going on boat, whatever. Yeah. The Hail Mary, and then they see your name on it. I'm like, okay. I'm just saying there's a checkpoint he would have to go.
I agree.
Yeah. So, but whatever, doesn't matter. He's on the boat. He's in the harbor. And Harrison is happy.
Yeah, it's great. He feels great to be on a boat again. Like there's something poetic about it, whatever. And then we see him get rid of the little pieces of the little guy. And then we see him going through the files of the serial killer. Now, to me, this is setting up next season. He has multiple files of multiple serial killers, and right on the top is L. Yeah. So like I said, L is going to be like the first one gone, or it's going to be the season of him leading up to getting to L.
That's why I thought there was going to be a post-credit or something in this, because I was like, really, you're gonna focus a whole, at least an episode of the next season on that? I thought this could have been done really quick. That it's like you see the credits, and then all of a sudden, let's say Al is he gets a doorbell ring or something. It's like, oh, I'll get it. It's all right. And then
Well,
you just see
but this
Dexter.
is
Hi, Al.
here. So
And then end it.
you said Dexter is a solo artist for the most part.
Yeah.
All the serial killers from all over. So next season can easily be him going from town to town to town. Maybe some episodes will be 2 episodes long. I doubt it's going to be 10 different serial killers, right? And then I think it will probably culminate with Al at the end. He's a big time actor.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, you're going real deep with the Al.
Well, again, think about it. He has a whole file. He doesn't need to. He left I believe he left all the ones that were already killed, that he's already killed. Right.
Yeah. But remember, there was serial killers from around the world, so he can leave the United States.
Exactly. So here he just has a manifest of different people that he's going to go after. He doesn't have to be in one town anymore. He can travel. This is how it gets away. Like, why is everyone not searching for him here? And he leaves Harrison back in New York. And eventually I think that it will come back to Harrison. My guess is 3 seasons. You have 1 middle season to get everything out. And then by that age, you're really wrapping up that you spent, 25 years being this character. It's time to wrap it up.
Do you think they're going to do a time jump? Only because of Harrison wanting to be a cop, it would add more to the character.
If they're doing another season right away, there's not a reason to, because he's moving on to different cities, right? They wouldn't need it. My theory, they don't need to, because he's going from city to city. There's no reason to time jump and be like, okay, he's been dormant for 2 years.
Yeah.
Everyone is off. Yeah, everyone is off the case of him. No one is on his scent or anything like that. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just wondering, because where does this leave Harrison for the next season? Yes, let's say Dexter travels around killing.
You don't need to have Harrison. Other than
there you go. That's why I thought he was gonna die. I figured this would be it. Just like when
but then it all comes
Rita
back.
died. It was
but
like,
then when it all comes back, when a serial killer murders Blessing.
Oh yeah, Blessing had a happy ending too, hanging out with the wife.
I think we both thought Blessing was a
we thought he was
wrong on that one.
We were wrong with that one. We thought he was gone. But
so let me ask, what did you think of the end?
I liked that it all took place in one location. There wasn't a lot of running around. It was all in Leon's compound there, that big building. So I like that. Little booby traps here and there going in and out. That had me wondering what was going on, but you got to look past it. That's TV land stuff. So, that's what I was saying. I was like, TV land stuff.
So this was my complaint, or I can't even say it's a complaint yet, because, correct me, Dexter had his bag with him. Was the bag outside the vault?
Outside the vault.
Okay.
It was outside the vault
because
he picked it up.
All right, because my question was going to be, the phone was dead. How is he calling? But if that's his phone,
that's his phone.
I missed where that his bag was outside. So then I can't be upset about that. I still have a feeling. I still say, hey, they're still going to check that phone.
They didn't show it, but remember, once he showed up, then they point the gun. So we had assumed that they escorted him into the vault type of thing. They must have taken the bag.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. That's right. I didn't think about that.
I'm just surprised they didn't open the bag. I mean, that would have been like, oh, what did he bring? Oh, look at the knife. Oh, look at the shrink wrap. He was going to put us on the table. Oh, this would have been crazy. No, they never opened the bag.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I liked it. I liked the ending. I
figured you would like that dancing. I figured you'd like the dancing for Detective Wallace.
I like the fact that that song is not just a song that she plays because we were both like, this is really stupid. But if it's just like, maybe that's like the song. Like, so when she hears it, it had a purpose. It had a purpose for us to hear it twice.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is her favorite. It's her jam. She even
Yeah.
told her buddy, he was like, you have to dance. If I'm
Yep.
gonna stay, then you have to join me in this dance. This is my jam.
And I was a little turned on. I'm not gonna lie.
See, there you go. There you go. But you know what? That song does get played at a lot of parties. I
Oh
definitely know
yeah.
that does get played. So it's not out of character. It's like, oh, they would never play that. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's
Do the hustle.
old song.
It doesn't matter what generation. They will always play that to a whole audience of kids that have no idea what that song or the hustle is, and they'll still play it at a party.
Yeah. But all in all, I thought from beginning to the end, it wrapped up a lot of things. It left things open. Seeing Quinn calling and leave a voicemail.
That
Again,
was my gripe. That was my gripe. I
that's
don't
your
want
great,
this.
but I think that leads to
He misses
Quinn
them.
being
He misses them.
yeah, but I think that leads to Quinn somehow in the final season either chasing him or better yet, Quinn saying, I know who you are and I don't care.
Hmm.
And as I was going through, probably because I've do Dexter and AI knowing everything you watch or whatever, the short came up and I asked before, like, what happened to the captain? Maria, right?
Yeah.
And then the short came up and it was Dexter's sister that kills her.
Yeah. And she hated it. She hated Dexter for having to do it because she
Yeah.
was going to expose him. She was going to expose Dexter, and she had to protect her brother. She said, I had to do it. I had to protect my brother.
Yeah.
But it was never the same. It ruined their relationship.
And that broke them up in real life too.
Right? Yeah. Isn't that crazy? They were married for 1 year. That was nuts. Never marry a coworker in any job. It just
Never date a coworker.
That's another problem too. Another problem.
Never get your significant other a job at your company either.
Yeah. So in the end, I guess who's coming back? I say Wallace. We're gonna see Detective Wallace. I think she's
at some point she's coming back for sure.
She's gonna come back. Harrison, I don't think they're just gonna have him disappear. He'll probably pop up in cameos on the phone. How's school doing? Oh, everything is great. How's Gigi? She's great. We're having 3 kids now. I don't know. All kinds of stuff. I didn't listen to the protection thing. Only that one time, Dad. I only listened that one time. Again, Leon. All the other times, whoo, I screwed it.
Raw dog.
Oh, there we go. Hey, we got to reproduce. We got to bring up the world. So there's that. Quinn, I'm against it, but they left it open. And maybe there's an audience. Go ahead and leave in a comment. Are you thrilled? Do you want Quinn or anyone else from the OG Dexter that they decided to bring up?
Quinn was showed too many times to not bring him back to address up that loose end.
Yeah.
Because once he finds out that
Batista's dead, then
Batista's dead, he's got to figure out, wait a minute, you're telling me that this little person did this to him, and there's going to be other questions. He's in again, whole serial killer thing, all
kinds of things.
When they tell him he thought eventually Wallace is going to tell Quinn that he thought that Dexter was the Bay Harbor butcher. Now, what again?
Everybody, that always comes up. That always comes up.
What if Quinn already knows, and now Quinn doesn't want it known?
Okay, so how about this? Since we already went through the whole footage, and let's say Wallace says, all right, turn on the tapes before Leon said to turn them off. Then she's going to see Harrison. It's like, what is he doing here?
Well, he had a job there.
But that's the thing. That's not linked to the hotel. He took the job. It's not like, the hotel was catering this event. It's like he purposely wanted to be there. And then there's just another murder.
Well, he can answer it. He can easily just be like, hey, Lance brought up this job and it was easy money.
The druggie?
Well, it doesn't matter if he's a druggie or not.
You can't listen to him. He smokes the marijuana. But but man, it was interesting. It was good. I liked it though. I enjoyed it. I like that it's open. That was my whole thing of like, all right, how are they gonna continue this on? Leon gave that option of like, hey, I can tie you into all the serial killers from around the world. I know all the dirtbags on this planet. Well, now Dexter knows all of them because he scooped up all the files.
Yes.
So he could
And
just
there was
go
a lot
on
of
his thing.
files.
On his file, he is officially part of the Your Share driver system, so he can just get a job driving anywhere, right? Once you're in the system, I think you're good. I think if you move, you could just so
I
he
don't
could
see
at
why
least
not. I don't
right.
see
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
if I'm an Uber driver here in Michigan, why can't I just go to Arizona and still be an Uber driver?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there you go. So he could just link that up, and he just has to bring his car, and he can pick up all his targets. And like if they do that type of thing, but
Or
that
maybe
gives a
he's the
reason for him to be out there
maybe he's
and
the
making
first
money.
rideshare yacht driver.
Oh, is that a thing? Can you do boats? Is that a? I don't even
You know, you
know.
do yachts. I mean,
The
that'd be
yachts?
that'd be pretty pricey, but
I know you could do helicopters. I saw that in England when we were looking up when we were doing our Mobland, and there
oh
was
yeah.
that one area. Remember, we're like, oh, they took it was that helicopter. It was a pay service that'll just fly you from that part of England over to Belgium,
Well,
and
St.
that's
Louis does it, so you can fly underneath the arches.
you see, there you go. So maybe he'll do that. But either way, we know he's going to fly back onto our streaming service. We are going to see more Dexter, and that's what we want. We already talked about how Original Sin's canceled. Paramount's just going to focus on this series when it comes to Dexter,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's fine. This is good. You know, this is what we wanted. This is present day. None of that flashback stuff. None of that. Oh, what if stuff. No, this is it. This is
And
Dexter.
besides, that other show has Buffy the Vampire Slayer on it, and she has to focus on the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer show. So,
Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But hey, thanks for sticking with us for all 10 episodes. If you made this far again, we always say click the like button, subscribe. We're covering other shows. Josh and I are still doing the Chief of War. What else we got? Oh, brought up Lawrence and I are going to be doing Slow Horses in a few weeks. We're still doing Terminalist Dark Wolf. People need to check that out. I talked to some people about this, and they were like, oh, I didn't watch the first Terminalist. I don't know. I'm not jumping into season 2 if I don't. It's not
yeah,
season 2. It's separate.
yeah, they never should have named it. They should have
No.
named it something differently. This is what I said about Gladiator 2. I don't know if you saw the movie Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
It was not awful. All right. It's not as good as Gladiator. I mean, Gladiator is it's iconic.
Yeah.
But I thought that they would have been so much better doing Gladiator 2 by naming it something different. And then a half hour, 45 minutes into the movie, you find out that it's the sequel. They could have kept that hidden.
Oh,
Right. And then you wouldn't have started tying everything back like,
or like
Gladiator 2.
Ballerina. That's the within the John Wick universe.
Yeah.
That's what it says. It says Ballerina, but then at the bottom it says within the John Wick universe.
Okay. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't really need to know anything about it. Although I haven't seen Ballerina yet.
Me neither. But I just know that from the poster art and seeing that. And I was like, oh, they could have done that with this. It could have said, Dark Wolf showed the picture and then within the universe of the.
But they didn't call it.
List.
Yeah, but they didn't call it John Wick.
No.
John Wick 5 Ballerina, like they did with that awful Bourne Identity. They called it Bourne Identity, and Bourne wasn't in it.
Oh, yeah, the other dude from Hurt Locker. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
But anyway,
Jeremy
there we
Renner.
go. Yeah, there we go. But
so that's it.
Yep, that's it. We got that. Oh, we still got some other stuff coming up. Landman. Looking forward to that. That's another one. I can't wait.
That's a ways away.
I know that's ways. I'm just thinking about all the other good stuff that's coming. But yep, that's it. That's our coverage. That's our whole little discussion and our thoughts of what to expect come next season, which is definitely happening. What we don't know is when. What do you think? A year, 2 years? I'd say within like 2 years. It's going to take time.
Less than that.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, if they're saying more than. They're saying multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to have another one going? It's only 10 episodes. Again,
it takes time. The writing, the set locations, and all that stuff. It takes time to coordinate all that, put casting.
Yeah.
But we'll see. All right, everybody. Thanks again for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. So, not for this show.
Not for this show.
Not for Dexter.